I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Like I said before, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You're gonna have to take. It's gonna have to take the whole room together. You're gonna have to put the whole world in the ring to beat me. I'm the best.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Manny Pacquiao just went off on Floyd Mayweather during a live chat with Stephen Smith. This moment has the whole boxing world losing its mind right now. The interview lasted 49 seconds. Reports say both boxers were brought together on ESPN's First Take to talk about their September 19th rematch. But things turned wild when Manny confronted Floyd for calling it an exhibition instead of a real professional fight. People who saw it say the tension was there from the start. Both fighters sat across from each other while Stephen A. tried to keep things calm. It turned into one of the most intense face-to-face moments boxing has ever seen.
I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this.
Reports say Stephen A. Smith started by asking Floyd directly about his recent comments at Caesar's Palace, where he called the fight an exhibition. Insiders say Floyd smiled and began answering casually with something like, "Yeah, it is just an exhibition to entertain the fans, nothing serious." According to viewers, that is when Manny cut him off in the middle of his sentence and the whole mood changed. People watching claim Manny went from calm to explosive in just a few seconds, saying, "You signed 3 contracts, Floyd, 3 different dates, you took my money as advance payment, now you sit here and lie."
He feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight?
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real.
Is that what he feels? But he signed a real fight, so it is for sure. Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight. Floyd reacted defensively. According to sources, reports say Floyd tried to laugh it off at first, telling Manny to relax, and that they are both getting paid anyway, but insiders say Manny was not accepting that. People close to the interview say Manny pulled documents from a folder he brought and slammed them on the desk between them, saying, October 24th, November 6th, December 14th, 3. Contracts you signed, Floyd, all say professional fight, all have your signature. You want to lie? Here is the proof. Viewers claim you could see Floyd's smile disappear completely.
When it comes to boxing and competing and being the best, I'm not here to talk about what you did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about what nobody else did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, what's going on inside that school.
Stephen Smith reportedly stepped in to ask which contracts Manny was talking about. Sources say Manny explained that Floyd signed agreements with MP Promotions, Netflix, and CSI Sports on 3 different dates, each one for a sanctioned professional fight at the Sphere in Las Vegas. According to insiders, Manny said every contract says professional boxing match, not one says exhibition. Floyd took advance money for all 3 agreements. He has already been paid, and now he wants to change the terms. People watching say Floyd looked clearly uncomfortable as Manny laid out the timeline. Floyd responded by focusing on the word entertainment. Reports say Floyd said something close to, "At our age, this should just be entertainment for the fans. Nobody wants to see 2 old fighters trying to kill each other." Interview.
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event. And if people from all around the world is going to enjoy it.
But sources say Manny fired right back with intensity, stating, "Speak for yourself, Floyd. I am 47 years old, and I just went 12 rounds with Mario Barrios for a world title. I am not old, and I'm not scared. You are the one who is scared of losing that 0. According to viewers, the personal nature of Manny attack caught everyone off guard. Stephen A. Smith energy reportedly went through the roof at this point. People who watched say Stephen A. asked Floyd directly, "Floyd, did you or did you not sign contracts?" Specifying a professional fight. Sources claim Floyd paused before answering, then said the contracts are open to interpretation, and that his team is reviewing them. Insiders report Manny exploded again, saying, "Open to interpretation. Your signature is open to interpretation. You took advanced money. That is not interpretation. That is theft if you do not honor the contract."
And in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition, but really that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done. He took some advances apparently on the actual agreed upon term.
After that, the talk moved to Floyd 50-0 record and why it matters. According to reports, Manny accused Floyd of protecting his undefeated record by trying to make this an exhibition so a loss would not count officially. People close to the interview say Manny told him, "You are afraid, Floyd, you know I am better now than in 2015, you know my shoulder was torn, and I still gave you problems, now I am healthy, and you are terrified." Viewers say Floyd body language shifted completely, he leaned back in his chair and crossed his arms in a defensive way.
The price ranges from 8 figures all the way to 9 figures that I'm able to get for exhibitions. And so why would I go out there and risk, fighting a top fighter when I can get the same amount of...
Floyd fought back by focusing on Manny's age and his recent fights. Insiders say Floyd pointed out that Manny fought to a draw with Barrios instead of winning and asked if Pacquiao is really still in his best form. But reports say Manny had a quick reply ready stating, "I was 46 fighting a 29-year-old world champion, and most people thought I won. You are 49 fighting nobody except YouTubers and exhibitions. We are not the same." Floyd sources say the people in the studio started making noise in reaction to Manny's comeback.
To Manny's comeback.
"Oh, you better than Floyd, you better than Floyd." You know why? That's good, that's motivation for the fighter. You can tell him that, but deep in his heart, he don't believe.
Stephen A. Smith then asked about the money side of things, according to people watching. Reports say Stephen A. brought up that Manny promoter Jasmther publicly stated Floyd is in breach of contract. Sources say Floyd finally showed emotion, raising his voice and saying, "Breach of contract, I made this fight happen without me, there is no money, no Netflix deal, no sphere. Manny should be grateful." According to insiders, Manny stood up from his chair at that moment, forcing Stephen A. to physically place himself between both fighters.
Thinks about this. Like Netflix, which is throwing its resources behind it, which is putting a bunch of money into it, which is arranging reportedly for the Sphere to be the venue of choice for this fight. I gotta believe that Netflix is expecting this to...
Manny's response while standing was clearly the most intense part of the whole interview. People who watched say Manny pointed right at Floyd and said something close to grateful, "You need this fight more than me. Floyd, you are the one with money problems, lawsuits, debt, you took advance payment because you are desperate. I do not need your money, I need to beat you and prove I am the better fighter." Sources say security staff began moving closer to the set as the fight between them got more heated.
Undefeated, and then this is give me more encouragement, motivation to work hard. Like what I did before.
Floyd got up to match Manny's energy. According to reports, Floyd said, "Money problems. I am Floyd Money Mayweather. I have made over $1 billion. You think I need you?" But sources say Manny quickly brought up the recent lawsuit against Showtime where Floyd says he is owed $340 million. People watching say Manny told him, "If you are so rich, why are you suing for money? You say you are owed. Why did you take an advance payment on our fight? Rich people do not need advances." Floyd viewers say Floyd had no quick answer to that.
In the Bahamas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet, making millions every month, not worried about nothing. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick.
Reports say Stephen A. asked both fighters what happens if they cannot solve the contract issue. Sources say Floyd said he is willing to do the exhibition and split the money evenly no matter who wins. But insiders say Manny's answer was final: "No exhibition, professional fight or nothing. I will not take part in fake boxing. Either put your 50-0 record on the line like a real champion or cancel the fight and return the advance money you took."
If he's scared of Manny and does not want to put the record on the line in a professional boxing match, not only should he have never executed these agreements, but he should have just come right out and said, because Manny...
The legal side became the next big topic. According to sources, Stephen A. asked Manny directly if he plans to sue Floyd for breaking the contract. Reports say Manny said his legal team is looking at all options, but he would rather have Floyd just follow what he signed. Insiders say Manny told him, "I do not want to sue Floyd, I want to fight Floyd professionally and beat him, but if he refuses to honor contracts he signed and took money for, then yes, legal action is absolutely on the table." Into the table.
Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere.
Floyd responded by talking about his legacy and keeping it safe. Sources say Floyd explained that at 49 years old his legacy is already solid and he does not need to put it at risk against anyone. Insiders report Floyd said something like, "My legacy is 50 wins, 5 weight divisions, and being a billionaire, why would I risk that against Manny when we can just entertain people and both get paid?" People watching say Manny's face showed clear disgust at that reply.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
Manny then brought up their 2015 fight and his shoulder injury. Reports say Manny told Floyd directly, "You got lucky in 2015, you know my shoulder was torn, you saw me after the fight, I could barely lift my arm, now I am healthy, and you want to call it an exhibition because you know the real result will be different." Sources say Floyd brushed this off, completely saying the shoulder excuse has been used for 11 years, and nobody believes it anymore. According to insiders, this response made Manny even more angry. Interviewer.
You know, it's the experience is like not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. Like I'm so excited and ready.
Stephen A. Smith asked both fighters about their training camps. Sources say Floyd admitted he has not been training seriously because he thought this was just an exhibition for fun. But reports say Manny shared that he has been in full training camp with Freddie Roach for 6 weeks, already getting ready for a real professional fight. People close to the interview say Manny told him, "I am training like this is the biggest fight of my life." Floyd has been partying and doing exhibitions that shows you everything about who is serious and who is scared.
In an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor.
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like
Then the talk turned to what Netflix and the Sphere expect. Insiders say Stephen A. mentioned that Netflix announced this as a professional fight, and the Sphere is promoting it as the first professional boxing match at their venue. Sources say Stephen A. asked Floyd directly how he plans to explain to Netflix that he wants to change the terms. Reports say Floyd said his team is talking with everyone involved and that all sides will be happy with the final deal. Viewers say Manny shook his head in disbelief at Floyd's answer. Manny promoter Jasmther was brought up many times during the interview. Sources say Stephen A. brought up Matter ESPN interview where he said Floyd is in breach from the day he called it an exhibition. People watching say Floyd tried to dismiss Matter, calling him just a promoter trying to cause trouble. But insiders say Manny defended Matter, strongly stating Jasmther represents me and speaks the truth. He has all the contracts, all the signatures, all the proof. Floyd signed 3 separate agreements. That is not noise, that is facts backed by legal documents. Interview.
But according to the reports, Pacquiao and Netflix were under the impression that it was a real fight that would count. Like if Floyd won, he'd be...
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.